Hey, big hello once again to everyone watching. Welcome back to City Bus Manager. Welcome to our Croydon save. And welcome to our Connex Empire, where we've had two absolutely minging, disgusting vehicles come into our depot. And also quickly, still don't have any vehicles actually assigned to IKEA shuttle. Okay, never mind, we actually do. I'm not going to send out this thing because, I mean, I feel like that's a bit of a lie saying it's like halfway cleanliness. I mean, considering they stink lines and, well, there seems to be bubbles. I'm not sure if that's supposed to depict flies or not, but I'm not going to send this out to the poor people of Croydon, not just yet. I feel like they deserve slightly better standards. However, in the last episode, what we went around doing was solidifying our existing network by upping the frequencies of our key routes, such as the 119, 466, 109, making sure, you know, they are picking up all the passengers, especially during peak hours, because that's when we have large crowds of people waiting, mostly specifically for those routes. With our top earner at the moment being not the IKEA shuttle. This is by alphabetical order. Actually, no, I think this is most recently done. We also created a brand new Super Loop livery for the MB4L. And also created one of the new Super Loop routes, which is actually currently on the 455. Which in real life, that would be completely decapitated. You'd lose the top half, and that would be a single decker. Either that, or it would constantly be turned short at Purley. So we'd constantly be losing just unbelievable amounts of mileage. But then again, you know what? This is the era where we don't have TfL. That didn't exist. They've gone bankrupt. We're a private company, privatization's happened, we're running our own routes. So, coming over to our bus route page, we can sort by the most profitable in the last 7 days, which still is the 455. Unbelievably. You know what? I'm going to do something absolutely insane. Going to also up the frequency of the 455. Might also add in a bit more pattern because, as you notice there, average delay was 11 minutes. Not fantastic. On a Sunday, it's every half an hour. That'll come down to every 20 minutes. Also, is this... Hold on. 24-hour route. Yes, I have made this a 24-hour route. There is an N455 canonically in this universe. Okay, so instead of having an every 20-minute service all throughout the night, I feel like... Sorry, an every 15-minute service... I feel like what I will do is the night service will be reduced down to every half an hour because I don't think it's that busy. But during the day, there will be a 15-minute service, which is a slight improvement over its current 20-minute service, which is what it operates in real life. Not every 10 minutes. Oh, it's doing this bug with the scroll wheel. And it's really insistent on it being every 10 minutes during the rush hour and during regular operations, which I really don't want it to be. I really don't want it to be. Okay, you know what, we're going to be doing custom times instead. This is a brand new feature, but it will be. So, 5, add 15 minutes to 35. What do you get? You get 50 past. 50 past the hour. Then, after that, you're going to get 20 past. Yes. Hold on, doing the quick maths in my head. You don't get... Hang on, before I actually change all too much, I do want to... so every half an hour, so that'll be 05 past. Yep, and then 20 past. Okay, so I am doing this right. Just making sure I'm not completely messing up my timetables. And then after that, 6:50. And then we're doing this for the entire day. Then 7:20. You know what? Might as well go through and do 8:20, 9:20, 10:20, 11:20, 12:20, 1:20, not 13:20. I can actually read a 24-hour clock, surprisingly. 15, 16, 5:20, and then it will finish at 7:20. Then we go back and do the same for the 50 past the hour departures. So we don't have one at 7, so we'll start then 8, then 9, then 10, then 11 past, then at 12, then at 1, then at 2, then at 3, then at 4, then at 5, then at 6. There we go. So the last departure for this peak time, like peak hour extra workings, will be at 20 past 7. Added some extra padding. 5 minutes at Bedington Asda. There we go. Just make sure on the timetable that looks alright. Look over here, so every 15 minutes during the day. Then during the night it's gone down to every half an hour. So after 7, 7:20, 35, then it's every half hourly. On Sunday, it's half hour, well, it's every 20 minutes during the night and during the day. That doesn't seem right. I don't want it to be every 20 minutes during the night on a Sunday. It's more frequent on a Sunday night than it is during a weekday night. That doesn't make any sense. But that requires a bit too much effort to actually fix. So, you know, can't really be bothered to actually change that, to be honest. But sorting it by average delay, as it turns out, the IKEA shuttle, unfortunately, is the route with the most amount of average delay. But that's just because it interworks with all the rest of our routes. So that just really requires all the other routes to be basically on time 24/7. Which, to be honest, is sort of unlikely. That's why it's averagely delayed. In terms of equipment, that is what I plan to actually do for this episode. That is the motto, is upgrade all our buses to have proper passenger information systems, some Wi-Fi, or LAN, as it's said here, some USB charging points, some premium seats. We're going to go full TfL Future Bus spec, because apparently that's going to win back people's desires to actually use public transportation, well, buses specifically, actually, in central London. It's not, hint, TfL. Although, to be fair, it would be very useful to have USB charging and, I was going to say better seats on the tube, but usually you're not on the tube for that long, so it doesn't really matter. But USB charging, absolutely, please, TfL. That would be great. You know what, it would also be worthwhile. We are doing like a classic TfL case where we're going to go upgrade our buses, but if you look at the actual condition of them, this bus has no indicators, it has no lights, it has no wipers, yet here we are saying, you know what, sod repair and all that, go and upgrade it, give it some passenger information systems, which we are slowly actually going through our entire fleet and doing, which does remind me, go to staff, we're going to have to hire a bit more than 2 mechanics, because by God, they are stressed out of their minds, because we've just told them, we have a fleet of 100 buses, can you upgrade all of them? Yes or no? Don't care what the answer is, you're going to do it anyway. So what we're going to do is go to the staff page, hire some more mechanics. Unfortunately, we are going to have to hire novices. We're going to hire the cheapest people on the block. There we go. We're going to need to expand our office space, which currently is just a shoebox, basically. I haven't actually put anything into this. This is just, you know, because it doesn't affect anything yet. I should be, like, careful of what I say, because the developers might eventually make it so that you actually have to put stuff into these expanded rooms for them to count. Whereas right now, it's just, it doesn't really do anything, doesn't distress them, doesn't, or maybe it does distress them, I'm not actually certain. Stress employees are more dissatisfied and unfriendly. To be fair, this person over here seems pretty friendly as it is, and you're a bus driver in central London. If a passenger is interacting with you, it's probably because they're about to mug you. Especially in Croydon. We can go refuel everything, go clean it all. Make sure it's all actually prepped for service. I don't think there are any obvious outliers. If we go over to our shift schedule, assign all the vehicles for tomorrow. So we don't have enough bus drivers, so we are going to have to actually... Oh, oh, so a pop-up does come up when they are being upgraded. We're actually installing the iBus system. That makes a change. Here is our little Blashock IKEA bus, which we might actually up the frequency of soon. I feel like it would be great to also create maybe like a Tesco bus or a Sainsbury's bus, but there isn't exactly like a massive Tesco superstore in this area that I can't actually remember off the top of my head. I don't think there is. We do have one in Bromley. Actually, to be fair, could do that. Could always create like a Sainsbury's shopper bus that is just around Bromley. Would I be able to make it a council route? Oh, I could. See, if I had more trophies, if I had 700, I could do a like park and ride route. Which this actually used to exist in real life. This used to be ran by Metrobus, a park and ride route to exactly here at Hazelade Norman Park. But I don't understand why it ever ran, because there isn't a parking like facility there, and it was advertised as like a shopper's route. Park your car here, we'll take the bus into Bromley. I'm not 100% certain why it existed, but it was a thing. Croydon University Hospital wants to be connected to a train station for £3 a week. I mean, come on guys, you're a bit stingy. I understand, you know, NHS, you're on your knees, government isn't exactly funding you, but come on, you can pay more than that. Whereas Shirley Clinic over here, £9 every single week to be connected up to a train station, 200 buildings, to run half-hourly throughout the day from 7 until 10, Monday to Sunday. I might accept this, but it sort of doesn't tie into what I want to do, because this I would love to be more like a dedicated bespoke bus like the IKEA shuttle. There is also a large housing estate over here, which we aren't serving at the moment, but if we ever get, I think, the 367, yeah, the 367 comes down here. This is where it serves. Eventually, we should actually get the 367, but right now I think the priority is mostly just to hire more bus drivers, get more buses in the fleet, slowly build up our cash reserves, go over to the building, go to the office to actually expand this office space, expand it down like this, more space, more offices, get some more doors down here so you can come and go from the plethora of doors. Again, we're not exactly treating them fantastic, but we ignore that. In terms of staff, hire some more bus drivers. Okay, we need some more lockers, as it turns out. That's what is holding us back at the moment. Refuel and clean this line city in first livery. Where was that? There was a Mingin bus that was absolutely smoking. Still in a generic black livery as well. We haven't put it in TFL reds, which is going to land us a massive fine, I feel. Get this really terrible 166 branded bendy all specced up and cleaned up. But might actually have enough bus drivers if we go to our shift scheduler. So assign all vehicles. We still don't have enough bus drivers. That's a bit unfortunate. But we are slowly whittling down the amount of buses we actually need, because it's only one page and a bit, but it's IKEA shuttle. So to do that, to actually fulfill all this, we could buy some more second-hand vehicles. I mean, I really am on my knees here. Because, oh, I mean, okay, this new route master already has passenger information system. It has free Wi-Fi. That's a premium. We're not going to be seeing that on the streets of London for another like 10 years at least. We've just discovered what like premium wooden flooring is and USB charging is. Offer like 30 grand. You know what? This actually not too bad. Is accepted my offer. I don't need to like repair it. Don't need to spend any money on it. Fantastic. I do want to repaint it though. These buses are absolutely minging. Get them cleaned up, ready for service. The streets of Croydon do that to you, to be fair. So, you know, I don't exactly blame them for being in this state. I mean, I do blame this brand new... Well, I say brand new, it's second hand. There is a reason why it's absolutely minging. But, for it to be sold in this condition, unfortunate. Also, very big gripe with the modelling of, like, UK buses in this game, because these aren't triaxle vehicles in real life. They perhaps should be, because then, you know, you'd be able to actually cram more people into these, could make them a bit longer, but then that would require too much logic and thinking. And now they're just a blight on our streets. Hopefully soon destined for the scrap heap, but then you have the trial LT11, which is an EV version, all-electric version. And, well, you know what, to be fair, I feel like that trial is probably going to end up running the same road as like the Vantage hybrids did. I feel like retrofitting a vehicle that wasn't originally intended to be EV or / hybrids, and then retrofitting it, I feel like that's always a recipe for disaster in terms of unreliability. So, you know, I wish them all the best, because it would be great, I guess, instead of having to constantly buy brand new EVs, which again isn't great for the environment and whatnot, yada yada. That's the entire argument for actually getting the EVs in the first place. It's absolute waffle, but hopefully it goes not great, so that these Boris Masters can be off the road sooner. They're basically just greenhouses on wheels with how like hot they get. Oh, he's driven straight into the fence, so even the driver of that agrees with me. Refuel everything, get it all ready for service. It might also be worthwhile actually taking out a few more, or introducing a few more night routes, actually, now that I think about it, because as you can see in the evenings, especially now, I mean, it's basically our depot's full of buses, which could be on the road making money or losing money. This bus is just being upgraded to a square, apparently. Hopefully we're not turning it into a Minecraft bus. This is actually the vehicle that I want to paint, because I want it to be out of this generic livery and into a actual London-esque livery. So we'll get that in the workshop. Also another Scania Omni City. Off the top of my head, I feel like the next livery that I want to put them into is the Stagecoach Beach Ball training livery, but I don't have the Stagecoach logo actually saved onto my PC in such a way that I can blow it up to be the entire spread across the entire vehicle. So I'm going to quickly open up paint.net whilst this bus is driving along. You can't actually see what I'm doing right now. That's probably for the best. You don't want to be seeing what's on my PC. But get this over like that. That's not centered. That's going to annoy the living daylights out of me. So gonna then change this so that it's basically all white. Change the brightness and the contrast. I mean, okay, not exactly like the way that I'm doing. If you could see what I'm doing right now, you'd be throwing a massive hissy fit, being like, London, why the hell are you doing that? Listen, I'm trying my damned hardest. I really am. Okay, get this. That should be fine. Like that, and then save this as the Stagecoach logo. Get that into my textures folder, which is over there. Alright, so, the training livery, if I actually pull up a picture of it... Oh, I don't know if it would come up. Scania training livery. Because it's... Okay, no, it doesn't come up. The one that I saw, which was like white, but the Stagecoach Beach Ball new logo was actually red. It's very hard to describe. But, so, the livery was basically basic white, because that's not going to get absolutely minging after a couple of runs down the road. Absolutely not. Then get the Stagecoach logo, blow it up, and then get like a... So it was sort of like just... Well, something like this, I think. Although in saying that, that doesn't exactly look right, so I'm not 100% certain. Whoops. So, get that. Change the dimensions of that so it's not as blurry. Let's get a Stagecoach logo, there we go. Pretty certain it was something like this, and then the entire front was red. Off the top of my head, I think. I could be doing this entirely wrong, to be honest. I just remember seeing it on a forum, and yeah, it's not always the best place to actually be seeing, you know, logos you want to take inspiration from, because then, you know, that sort of just ingrained into your memory, but you don't actually remember fully, so you end up looking like a complete tool as you're just trying to recreate a logo off the top of your heads, which is basically all that I'm doing at the moment. But I think it was vaguely like this, so maybe just a bit more like that, and then patch this up. It was something like this. Yeah. And I understand, okay, this is the training livery that I am recreating. It doesn't make much sense, but we're going to pretend like we're absolutely in dire straits at the moment. And we are pushing these training vehicles straight into actual regular service, which you do sometimes see. I mean, granted, not with London operators because, you know, they actually have all their tosh sorted and in order. Plus, also, if TfL saw, by God, but by God, the fines that they would get. Nope, ideally not using that. Also, not branding it as an IKEA bus. You know what? To be fair, this could actually just be a new operator, IKEA. No, not Travel London. There's the Stagecoach logo. Also, maybe do want to just get it in white, the actual Stagecoach lettering, so I can change its colour as to not be... Hang on a moment. So that it's not just this default colour, pretty much. No, okay, there we go. Then save this as... That's Stagecoach Beach Ball. Import this, Stagecoach Beach. And then you can't actually see it. Which was all part of the plan. Oops, don't want to change the size of it, actually want to change the colour of it. And then slap it on the front. There we go. And then obviously you'd get like some jargon at the back being like, you want to drive this bus? Please don't. You know what, I'm actually going to add in text that says that. It's going to be like, want to drive this bus? Want to drive this bus into a lamppost? Please join Kunix. Want to drive this bus into a lamppost? Hold on. Because you see it on every single operator's buses now in London, because they're absolutely in dire straits for drivers. At driving.co.uk. All call 61016. Oops. There we go. Get that in white. Let's see that as 61016. So at the rear of this bus, we can then get 61016. There we go. Want to drive this bus into a lamppost? Contact us at yousuckatdriving.co.uk or call 61016. We'll sort it. There you go. Makeshift training vehicle. Blow this up some more, just so I can get bigger text. That says, we're hiring. Actually, no, we need terrible drivers. Okay, blow that up some. No, go up to 17. Can go up to 80. Oh, well, hold on. We need terrible drivers like you to join our fleet. Our fleet? No, you don't want to become a bus. You want to drive the damn thing. Oh, that's short on buses. There we go. And then import this. Terrible drivers. And then like you. Oops. which is just... There you go. Get it in the same shade of red, so... Like you. Whilst on the other side it says... We need terrible drivers. Most ineffective training livery ever, but you know what? This is just a work of fiction. You know what? Put it in the middle there. There we go. That is our training livery. Save it as Stagecoach don't train with us. There we go. It's a fantastic new livery. It's almost London-esque. See, this probably counts for the 75% red rule, right? That's still in operation. Who am I trying to kid? Not a chance TFL would ever accept a livery like that. Also, when this is done, get it refueled, cleaned, and also painted into that brand new livery. By God almighty, has this bus been through a field? Why is it in such a mess? I feel like this has had just rocks pelted at it, actually, more than anything. That's a bit of a shame. Get that refueled and cleaned. This needs to be refueled and cleaned as well. Aside from that, Jesus, our poor little IKEA bread van. It's on fire, stinging, and it has bubbles coming out of it. I think it's a bit drunk. Get it cleaned. What does it actually need? Oh, it doesn't need anything. Again, indicators wipers doesn't cause you to be smoking like this. I promise you that. Absolutely no chance. But yes. Slowly cleaning our fleet. Oh, requires a parking space. Yep. See, we've ran into this problem where we have too many vehicles, not enough places to actually park them all. So, what I'm gonna do is create some more medium parking spots. Ideally not for the staff who actually probably drive in. Because, you know what, sod them. They can walk in or take up shoddy services. Actually, then it'll be our problem if they arrive late. Sod it. They could always just take over the bus, you know? Drive themselves in. Be more efficient, actually. Probably should get our staff to park our buses, like, in their drives. So spending all this money on parking spots for ourselves. That'll be more efficient. Repaint that into the Super Loop livery. Repaint this Omni City as well. Okay, that's been carted off. Okay. Load up our Super Loop. Where is it? The Super Loop Guff. There you go. Super Loop Brandon. Which is apparently what TFL want to do. I don't know why. Looks disgusting. Get this onto the 109. What is... Oh, okay. So this is going to go into the 109. Fantastic. For today, assign most vehicles. And most drivers as well. Not really the best of our things. The punctuality on the IKEA shuttle can still be improved. Whoops, my bad, guys. But yeah, no, so very tempted to create a brand new route. Just because I'm tempted by some of the money that they're offering here for the Shirley Clinic especially. Get a little round the houses type route. One that probably goes from... Well, I could actually recreate is 494. That used to exist. That used to run from Shirley Monk's Orchards through, I think... I actually don't remember off the... Well, obviously I don't remember. It was before my time, but it used to run. I know it used to terminate here, and it used to run before the 367 was diverted through here. So I would assume it runs up through here and comes down the house in the state here, or it goes via Langland Gardens. Hold on, where does the 367? Hang on a moment. Via Verdane Avenue. I think what it used to do was actually do the loop around here, which perfectly serves Shirley Clinics. So I am actually going to do that. The 49. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. No, I'm going to cancel that. Hope that contract is still there. it still is, thank the lords. What I'm actually going to do instead is create the N68, because as I said, I want some more buses in the night to actually get the vehicles out of the depot. So this will start down in Coulston Town Station. Actually, maybe closer to the depot, just so that, you know, not so much of a dead run. Croydon flyover. And we can run it all the way up to... it follows the 468 route. So it will be up through Bedford Hall, and then up Tilbert Road. It doesn't go via Thornton Heath Station, probably so via Selhurst Park Station, then Ross Road, South Nord, Upper Beulah Hill. So where did I start it in Croydon flyover? Get it around to Croydon Library, Fairfield Halls. Then it does a double run of East Croydon Bus Station before coming around Electric House, Whitgift Centre. It serves Delta Point because it doesn't actually serve the bus station at West Croydon, Bedford Hall, Hogarth Crescent, Devonshire Roads, the Youth... That is not the name of the stop there. Northcote Road, Legacy Youth Zone. That pretty certain that's just Devonshire Road on the opposite side. The Crescent, Pornson's Road, Talbot Road, Clifton Road, Selhurst Park Stadium. Selhurst Park Stadium, don't actually want it for the second time. Whitworth Road, Newgate Road, Howden Road, Ross Road, Warncliffe Gardens, Grange Road, South Nord All Saints Church, Beulah Hill All Saints Church, Upper Beulah Hill, before doing like a little loop around because we can't actually serve central London. Just turn back on yourself. Grange Road, Warncliffe Gardens, Ross Road, Howden Road, Newgate Road. Although in saying... Actually, to be fair, this is... Okay, yeah, no, this is where the 196 goes. So, yep, I am correct. Selhurst Park Station, Clifton Road... Did I say station? Stadium, Selhurst Park... I think I'm mixing up Battersea Park Station and Selhurst Park in saying that. Pawson's Road, the Crescent, then probably serves... Oops, not there. That'll be Devonshire Road, then Cromwell Road, Hogarth Crescent. Doesn't actually serve this stop over here. I think the 289 is the only route that actually stops here. Bit strange. Not sure why it's arranged like that, but it is. St Mary's Church, West Croydon, Lunar House, which again I don't think it serves, but gonna make it serve anyway. Then it does another double run of East Croydon Station, but it doesn't actually serve the bus station. It just serves the station, the stop outside the station, Fairfield Halls. It's not okay. It doesn't do that in real life. It comes around Park Street, but the problem is, send it via Park Street, then trying to make it come down to Croydon flyover. Bit of a nightmare because then it does double run, comes around here, then it's an entire mess. Via Coombe Road, Aberdeen Road, Swan and Sugarloaf, down through here before continuing Upland Roads, down Hayland Park Road, South Croydon Bus Garage, Sanderstead Road, Purley Oak Station, Biddulph Road, Brighton Road, Purley Downs Road, Montpelier Road, in the correct direction, ideally. Christ Road, Purley Hospital, and then Purley High Street, which is where it terminates for now. Purley Downlands Precinct, come back around Christ Road, Montpelier Road, the Downs Road, Biddulph Road, Oak Station, Sanderstead Road, South Croydon Bus Garage, Hayland Park Road, then Upland Road, which is probably around here, Swan and Sugarloaf, before it will come up via Coombe Road, and then terminating back up at Croydon flyover. So this will be a service that runs from probably about one, I'd say, quarter to one, running every 20 minutes, needing 6 vehicles, up until the brightly hours of probably about 4, I'd say, because if we take a look at the timetable, so the last bus will arrive in at about 5. Actually, we could probably squeeze in one more, 2 more runs, because then that gets about 4:45, which is about when our daytime route starts. Get that going. In fact, let's get it down to every 15 minutes. It really doesn't require it in real life. In real life, this runs every half an hour during the week, and I think every 20 during the weekends. Though I'm not 100% certain if that's been reduced recently. Might have been. Add in some generous padding. There we go. Get a few more vehicles on the night shift. Assign everything. That's taken up some extra vehicles, which is a bit unfortunate, but it also gets them out of the garage in the evening, so can't, swings and roundabouts, can't really complain too much. Sort of is a good thing. The IKEA shuttle is doing its thing. We still don't have the vehicles for the 109, which is unfortunate because it probably is one of our top 3 busiest routes, I'd say, by profit. No, it's in the top 5. In fact, it's actually number 5. Don't know if that's just because we can't keep cancelling shifts and that's why it's not busy. But then again, we were running at every 20 minutes during the night, so that doesn't help either. But the frequency uplift has been doing wonders for the 455. The nighttime service, bit of a money loser, which, okay, I sort of expected it, not going to lie. An evening service. The evening service is doing incredibly well, and then the daytime service is just rammed solid, honestly, like 600 out of 890 people. I mean, granted, could have an extra 300 people there, but the fact it made $1,000 during this shift is just creme de la creme, honestly. Chef's kiss. This vehicle, is it still worthy? It has no oil, so also get some wipers on the go. Indicators, wipers, nope, don't need any of those. This bus is also fully upgraded, as it should be, because it's on the Super Loop. In fact, whilst doing that, I'm going to upgrade this bus, since it's been branded as Super Loop. It's going to have all the bells and whistles. Oh, this is unfortunate. I actually really quickly do want to get a second-hand bus to actually put onto this shift, because there's two separate routes that are going to be missing out. The 359 I don't really care about, but the 109... sort of important, actually. I don't want 3 missing shifts on the 109, because then that just looks awful on me. So this is in horrible condition, doesn't have an engine. Gonna be honest with you, if it doesn't have an engine, wouldn't even put it as like, what is that, 1/4, 1/3 condition? No, this would be in 0% condition. An entire new engine, lad? No, that ain't happening. This has no tyres, again, sort of need those. This has no oil. Okay, Omni City, this doesn't have an engine. Sort of seeing the reason why these buses are on second-hand market now, honestly. Let's offer 36 grand. Send this offer. They've rejected my offer, of course, because it's all the bloody NB4L that actually has an engine on the market. Because look at this. This also has an engine, but has no tyres. What about some Omni Cities? No Omni Cities. You know what? Going to research some more double-deckers. Hopefully we get the ALX 400. That would be fantastic, actually, to research as well. Unfortunately, going to just have to cancel this shift on the 64. You know what? It would also be great to have fewer shift cancellations, because so far, in the past 2 days, we've had 17. That's not a glowing review on my part, honestly. I ain't doing my job too great there. I think we've fully upgraded our fleet, so everything now has... Okay, never mind. There's one vehicle here that doesn't have an iBus system. There's always one, of course there is. We're waiting on you. I'll also get refueled. But maybe we should take out an internet contract. What I shall do is budget wireless. We'll go with Octo Mobile. Don't really want to be spending too much a day. And it's mostly just our... Actually, entirely just our Superloop fleet, which will have Wi-Fi enabled vehicles, which we shall actually get around to upgrading more vehicles with it. Okay, so this service centre, quite a lot of people waiting, but we do have a lot of staff on call as well. In terms of bus drivers, again, need more lockers. It should probably get around to actually doing that now that I think about it. Build a new corridor. This should do. So I will do the same design as I always do. There we go. So in terms of lockers, there we go. Just spam them all over the place. Fantastic. Okay, that's less fantastic because now no one can actually reach these. There we go. And get these also correct over here. There we go. Now for the other sides, some more lockers. I mean, come on, lads, you can share some lockers between you. Who needs actual privacy and security, you know, to store all your personal belongings? Ah, nah, don't need this in this depot, this garage. As long as you aren't storing bombs in your locker, it's fine to share. So going back to our staff page, just get around to spam hiring everyone over here. Were there also a couple that... Oh, no, I thought there was a couple that said that they just rejected the offer, and it's like... I mean, you're literally putting your... You know, you're handing your resume to me, and I'm like, accepting your resume, and you're being like, nah, you know what? Change my mind. Don't actually need this job. What was the point? So go over to our shift. We hired... Okay, maybe we hired one too many drivers, because now we have 115, whereas before we had 30. But we do actually have enough bus drivers now. Maybe too many bus drivers. Just means more the merrier. We can expand our route offerings so much more now. Absolutely fantastic. Still don't have enough vehicles, so probably going to get around to actually just buying some brand new... You know what? Oh, we have actually unlocked the B9 TL, which is absolutely fantastic. What I will do is get rid of the premium seats, get rid of air conditioning, because that's just, what is that, an extra grand? Don't need that. Can we also get rid of like the engine and just everything else? We'll build it ourselves. Get 2 of these brand new B9s. Fantastic. So, I can get these in London Reds. Also, would probably be worthwhile, again, probably trying to get like an East London Transit livery going. Would absolutely love to do that. The only problem is, East London Transit is, it's a bit hard to actually pull off, in terms of just like, it's just basically a clusterfuck really, of different colours and shapes and whatnot. But it, again, would be very much worthwhile actually doing, so I might get around to doing that. If I pull up the image, actually, let's see if this image, so that I can pull it up for reference. What is still here? Oh, that's a super loop. Don't want that. We're going to go over here and go to this image. There we go. This is the reference for what I would like, ideally, to try recreate. Again, as I said, very, very sort of hard to actually pull off, I feel. Although, in saying that, might be able to actually pull this off not too bad. Look at the branding for it. It's sort of just a bunch of ovals, really. Yeah, sort of just different coloured ovals that are slightly transparent. Do wonder if I would be able to recreate that fully. Oh, these questions. So what I shall actually do is probably copy this little leaflet thing here. It's just a bunch of different colours, really. Okay, so what I shall do, since I do have... It's also a bit lighter than that, I feel, so it's a bit more like this. Okay, so come around over here. I do have the oval. Let's see if I can... Oops, actually that's not what I wanted to do. Get the hex colour. So, something like this, almost. Although in saying it's sort of light. See, the problem is like it is very much a case of the colours have been overlaid between each other, but you know what? No, I should be able to recreate this. Get this full-sized so that it is somewhat like this, although I do want it to be maybe a bit brighter, not quite that colour. I think it's more this. Is it this shade of well, I don't even know what colour this is. It's burgundy. It's definitely not burgundy, or beige even. I feel like sort of is around this colour. I'm gonna save. Whoops. Go back. Oh balls. Go back to this hex colour, and I'm gonna save that because I do actually need that. Do like this hex colour. Do that. Get this over like here, and then now to actually try recreate the mess that is happening on the sides of the vehicles. Oh, I just realized I actually also need to recreate... hold on. Get the oval again, because I actually need it to be at a wonk, as it turns out. So that it's more like a 45-degree angle. There we go. Oval, which is wonk. Don't take that out of context. Don't edit that. Oval wonk. Hang on a minute. Haven't actually saved it. So it's wonk. Oops. There we go. So it sort of is like this. The core will be like, sort of like that. Then there are a few other... Oh, I'm going to need to invert this. Oh, this is going all wrong. All different shades of wrong. Flip this horizontally. Oval wonk the second. Import this in so it's wonky. There we go. Get some over here. And you might be looking at this going, what the giddy aunt are you doing? And it's like, don't worry, it will come together soon, hopefully. Maybe do at a push. Get that going like that, and then get some of this orange-ish colour, which I just realised I have removed. Go over here because I want to actually steal this colour, just so that I can keep it for reference. Be able to pull it up in future. Actually, make sure that's, yep, there we go. And then pull it off this orangey colour. There we go. Okay, that's again not really the colour I'm looking for. It's sort of not really like this either, though. To be fair. Yeah, I just realised how actually really difficult it is to... I can't really pull off this livery because this game doesn't do transparency. Unless I was to change the transparency in the decal. I don't know if this would work. Might try. Oval wonk 2. If I import it and it's transparent, does this work? Oh, this actually does. Oh, perfect. This works exactly. That's exactly what I actually want. Get that. Oval wonk first. Get this in as well. Wonk the first. So that now we have this, where it's then like sort of going through each other like that. Although this would be a lot more. Okay, you can't really see it then, sadly. More, somewhat like that. Okay, maybe not as it's not as transparent. Damn. Okay, so get this a bit less transparent. And then get that also a bit less transparent. There we go. So that I can just get this again. Yes, I want to replace this. Get the two wonks in. I swear I'm not just using geometry terms there. Yeah, there we go. Something like this. Almost. So you get that going like that. Over there. Get this over here. Again, as I said, super hard to actually pull off and make it look proper. But I think this would come together pretty well, I feel. Let's get sort of this reddish colour, which then does also build itself up over here. Although maybe it does sort of see, that's even more of a wonk. Oh great. Okay, so gonna need to expand adjustments, go over to the canvas size and make this a bit bigger so it's 700 instead of the previous 800. Get rid of that. Actually, that's cutting off way too much. Get rid of that. There we go. So now I can create this to be at more of a wonk, which, oh god, someone stop me. Oval, oops. Oh, balls, what have I done? Okay, so oval wonk the third. So there's now 3 wonky ovals. Then also flip this horizontally so that this is the 4th wonky oval. Come over into the game to actually import them in. And trust me, I'm not just going senile. This actually is, you know, I'm actually doing stuff in the background, I promise. Okay, get this going like that. Then maybe layer this in with some of that. Get this going like this. Get some over like that. Something like that. There we go. And that sort of does look like what the logo looks like, actually, to be fair. It's not too bad, honestly, I feel. You know, you can ridicule me all you want. I'll take to it fine. I'm definitely not going to break down crying, considering how long this has taken to actually make. And then sort of have to do the same thing now in the back with the same colours, which is going to be a proper challenge, to be fair. Okay, get this orange colour again, because it does need to come in at the front as well. Get this a bit smaller though, sort of like that. Bit more. Okay, no, not like that. Get the oval. The oval again does need to be a bit transparent. So oval, that's trans. Import the trans oval, but we still love the oval perfectly the way it is. Okay, well that's not the color I wanted, so that's a bit of a shame. Get this color over here and get this like that. Is this the transparent one? It is. Sort of is poking up like that, and then maybe get it a bit more like this. Some more just different shades of like reds and all the colors. There we go. So we sort of have that going on the sides and the front, which I think is, you know, isn't too bad, to be honest. Now, again, have to do it on the back, which, oh boy, oh boy, is this going to be a nightmare having to recreate all this again. But I'm up for the challenge. So get this going like that. Get one on the other side, which doesn't look like it's even though I've... No, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Get some more transparent stuff going, which is probably push it down a bit. Get some orange shades going. There we go. Get that going like that. Get this going up like this, probably. I feel like that sort of is what I am looking at. Then go for reds. A darker shade of reds here, which will slowly start shifting in. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna pull off this shade of red that is actually, which is actually what they use, so that it's, yeah, there we go, like this. Although I do like, I do actually like the shade of red that is underneath as well, to be fair, to myself. But that is, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna replace that shade of burgundy with more like this instead. There we go, and then have one in the middle, which, you know what, it isn't absolutely abhorrent, to be fair. The front, I mean, maybe I could like make it a slight bit better, just a tad, a few home improvements, you know. Yeah, that sort of works. And then now having to get the East London Transit's actual wording up. East London Transit. Get this actually over here instead. So East London Transit. Get this down so that it's not absolutely massive, but then also actually fits ideally. There we go. That works perfectly. ELT, and then get the text up saying ELT. Hello crazies, good to see you around. How have things been with you? There we go. Get East London Transit. East London Transit. They don't have it on the front of the bus, and actually, to be no, never mind, they do. It's just underneath the cab area, like down here. the ELT branding. And to be fair, this is one of the nicer liveries that you'd actually see in London. Which sort of says a lot, considering it's not really anything. And it's sort of just a bunch of random ovals, but here we are. Hey, glad to hear that. Oh, I've just found another photo that makes it... As it turns out, the ovals actually also come into this area. But you know what? I've done this now. I cannot be bothered to actually change it. Though, to be fair, one thing I will probably change is... They do have like a grey area here in between the Destiny box and the bottom windscreen. So I will probably just get rid of all this work I've done here. It's a shame, but... Ah, well. The only issue is like, on the new Route Masters, it's slightly different than on the B9s. So I'm going to be faithful to the B9s, because on the Route Masters they actually have this in ELT colours, whereas on the B9s it was just pretty much grey and black. So there we go. East London Transit, save this as ELT, oops, not ELC, and not also BLT, because that's not what this is. Get the bus's logo. There we go. It's sort of in the... Actually, to be fair, it would be here, because there will be a centre door here. Again, not very accurate, but we can... It's fine. And then get the Go Ahead London logo. Because they were the operators to actually operate this... well, they still do operate it now. East London Transit in South London. Interesting. You say that, but to be fair, the X26 did have some East London Transit branded B9s for, I think, about 6 months in its contracts. When Go Ahead first took over, before they got single-doored. So, yeah, East London Transit in South London. Doesn't make sense, but it did happen. Because, you know, there's a lot of modded buses already now. And yeah, that's very true. Oh, damn, I forgot to save that livery. Okay, I'm going to come back to actually save it later, but it's fine. Look, our B9s in East London Transit in South London. We ignore that. Send it out onto the IKEA shuttle and the 455. But yeah, no. With that being said, that is a fantastic livery, recreated to the best of my abilities, considering, I mean, the game is a bit hit or miss with liveries. But yeah, so East London Transit went to South London and then also South East London. Yes, actually no. It went from South London to South West London. If anything, it was just the polar opposite of what it was branding. Because you went in, it was still like... Because the inside of the East London Transit B9s were dedicated... they had dedicated liveries inside as well. They were specific to East London Transits. It wasn't anything like fancy, granted. It was just like a different livery. And they've sort of kept it. But then they put their own like moquette over it. So it's a bit mix and match. The X26's B9s now. To be fair, they are also very unique once more, considering they are the only London vehicles operating a London contract, which are single door double deckers, but they also have luggage racks. Actually, I'll pull up a picture of the X26's vehicles, the X26 B9s. I can pull up a picture of the inside. Why did I go for shopping? I'm not looking to buy a bus. Where is... Might be able to... there we go. Here is a picture. Save this. So I can then pull it up onto stream. Get this. Properties. And then change this image to this. There you go. Oops. I actually accidentally clicked cancel instead of saving. Whoops. My bad. There we go. There you go. On the X26 in South or Southwest London with East London Transit branding. That's before refurbishment. After refurbishment, let's see if I can get LX59 DDO. And then after refurbishment, they just got in generic London red, single doored, and to have a luggage rack in the centre, just behind the stairwell. Let's see if I can pull that up. Oh, did I save or did I copy this image? Let's see how this will, if this will actually work, if it will actually like this. Will this work? Oh, it does. There we go. There you go. So that's X26's B9s. I got confused. Yeah, it's not southeast. It's southwest, out towards Kingston and Toolworth, New Malden area, out towards Heathrow. But as you can see, centre door conversion. So front door boarding only, which is a absolute nightmare. This is definitely a route that just needs triaxles. And to be fair, with the Super Loop branding, quote unquote, that is coming, it's going to be part of it. They're actually upping its frequency from every half an hour to every 15 minutes, which it desperately needs because it's such a busy route. Every single time I use it, even in the evening, it's just so busy. Route definitely justifies it, but also needs triaxles, so it has a second door, because let me tell you, the dwell times at stops, even though it's an express route, is so long. Just because you sit around waiting for, like, okay, here comes, like, a nan with her 5 children. Also, here comes, like, the rest of her family with all 7 suitcases, all coming off. Alright, now you have a horde of about 20 people wanting to board the bus as well. So it just slows things down, really. Front door only buses are weird. Welcome to the UK, that's all I can say. Even in major regional centres, such as, like, Birmingham and Manchester, Liverpool, that's just the norm. Which is strange, because I would have felt like, especially in city centres, you would have had like a high turnover of passengers wanting to board and leave, that you would want like dual door vehicles, but apparently not. The only real places that are starting to actually do that outside of London is mostly Brighton and Hove, and I think Reading buses as well. And there's probably a few other. Was it Reading or was it Nottingham City? I can't actually remember. But a few operators. Oh, and also Metrobus actually in Crawley. They are starting to embrace the dual-door vehicles. It's mostly just because operators are quite stingy and cheap. They're like, you know what, that costs extra. I'm going to go with the most basic spec, single-door option. Even buses in your city that may be a little longer than that have 3 doors. Yeah, see, here in the UK, nothing has 3 doors apart from the damn new buses for London. And the thing is like, we've already siphoned off 2 of the doors so that they're exit-only. It used to be open boarding, but you know, typical London style, people were taking advantage of that. Free rides, 24/7. So they were like, you know what? Open boarding stops now. Enter through the front door only. Actually, speaking of, we have the special London Transit liveried LT2, I think? Yeah, LT2. You can't see it because probably compression is killing this, but the fleet code is here, as it is in real life, and it is white on cream. Arriva, I don't know why you've done that, because it makes it impossible to actually see, but I've just added it there for realism's sake, because I think it's just a funny little touch. And then there's also like a little green space where like an advert board would be. Again, realism. And there's our little Blage IKEA Express bus, which isn't on the IKEA Express, it's actually allocated to the 455's evening run out, because of course it is. But yeah, also training vehicle here with deflated tyres, I think. I don't know what's happening with the Scania Omni-City's tyres there. Pretend like I don't see that. This also needs to be refueled, cleaned and repainted. Get around to that eventually. But yeah, make train sim world free scenario, go about that. Use any door on our buses to board, but to have to leave the bus, we can't use the front because we don't have a touch-in system. That is fair. And London sort of has the same policy. I think it's unofficial. I'm not sure if it is like an official system. I think it's just more drivers get really annoyed when you exit through the front doors because they're like, we have middle doors for a reason, what are you doing? Whereas in the rest of the country, it's still like customary to exit through the front doors. So even dual door buses, you'd see people just leaving through the front doors even if the middle doors are open. Just because it's such a strange thing, they're like, oh, middle door, I can't ever use middle doors, no. That's blasphemy. But with that being said, I will be leaving this part here. I thank everyone for getting this far. If you have enjoyed the stream and you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more. Make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on so you're notified every single time I go live, because I do try to stream at least once a week. Granted, that hasn't been successful in the past couple of weeks, but I am looking to change that around. I have been busy, I do apologise. And if you've enjoyed the stream, do be sure to leave it a like. And I hope you have a good rest of your, well, afternoon actually, it's not even evening. This is an early little treat. But yes,